Welcome back. Taking a full look at weather for you. Chief Meteorologist Dan Cianca. Not much sunshine around here as we start the day, but we have seen it.
Yeah, we had a little bit out there today around the coast, but many coastal cities were kind of socked in the clouds with our marine layer being about 2,200 feet in depth and pretty stable today, and we're probably not going to see too much of a change tomorrow. But we do have some changes on the way, so start with a live look from Domenico's on the wharf tonight, and you can see the city lights of Monterey. Really, actually, you're seeing the city lights of Seaside reflecting off of the low clouds there, but ultimately, it's showing those low clouds pretty well. We showed you the clouds at the beginning of our newscast tonight, already pushing well into our inland valleys. Holding temperatures in the 50s for the most part. It's still a little warmer up in the hills, but kind of a damp 55 degrees in Salinas. It's been kind of drizzling here for us. Our storm trackers showed some high clouds again coming out of the east with some thunderstorms over the Sierra today. Those are kind of moving out, not quite as much as we saw last night. And of course, in the coast and the lower elevations, we're dealing with the low clouds. And the overall setup's pretty much the same, which is why today's weather was pretty comparable to yesterday. High pressure off to the northwest, and then a string of lows kind of below and on the periphery. It's almost like planets orbiting the big thing, except they're kind of going the wrong direction, so it's not at all like that, but you get what I'm saying. The most nearest low is down across Southern California. That is going to be moving out, and then of course there's another one out east of Hawaii, and that's actually going to be moving closer to us. So in the short term, the ridge kind of bumps in a little bit and will warm up our inland areas just a touch tomorrow, but then it moves back to the west and makes room for this guy to come through, and that's going to cool us down and increase our marine layer into the weekend. But you know, if you're thinking, oh man, I don't like that marine layer thing, it's got clouds in it, not a fan of those. Well, the good news is sometimes when the marine layer is deep enough, it mixes the clouds out because there's too much vertical space. If we have a very flat strata, it's very stable, but if there's a lot of vertical space, then you get a lot of updrafts and downdrafts, especially along our hills. And that plays havoc with the top of that stable layer and causes the clouds to break up. So deeper marine layer can actually mean some sunshine for coastal areas and even warmer temperatures. We're not going to see that tomorrow, though. Mostly cloudy skies overnight. Patchy drizzle, fog possible. Sunrise tomorrow, 5:58 a.m. Temperatures on the coast staying in the 50s. We'll see some 40s in those inland valleys. As I mentioned, we're going to start off the day mostly cloudy. Tomorrow, those clouds will retreat back to the coast. I think we'll get a little clearing on the south side of the bay, but places like Watsonville, Prunedale, even Santa Cruz, not a lot of sunshine tomorrow as we continue to see this like west-southwesterly flow pushing into the region. Of course, tomorrow night the clouds will fill back in, and with the deepening marine layer into Friday morning, we may actually pull some additional drizzle out. Now, we already have some drizzle going on out there tonight in Salinas. It's light, and you might be seeing some in your neighborhood as well, but we have a better chance late tomorrow night into Friday morning, where we actually could see some wet roads in some areas, I think. So one thing I am monitoring for you, it might even border on light rain in some areas. Future precip is showing some potential totals early Friday morning around the region. So, you know, a little summertime mist, even though it's not technically summer yet. Temperature forecast tomorrow, 70s in the Santa Cruz Mountains, but if you get in the lower elevations, we're in the 60s, and down on the coast, barely out of the 50s tomorrow. Davenport doesn't get there. Santa Cruz may, but if you're right on the beach in Santa Cruz, you may not get out of the 50s tomorrow. It's a big city, you know, you've got space closer up to the trees, and you know, it's a little bit warmer up there typically. 64 in Salinas, but barely out of the 50s on the east shore of the bay. We get into the 70s in Hollister, almost 80s in Santa Clara Valley, but not quite. Marine layer is just deep enough to keep that cool air, you know, moderating temperatures at least in our northern valleys. Over to the peninsula, 58 in Pebble Beach, low 60s in Monterey and Seaside, assuming you do get a little sunshine. And down south, areas unaffected by the marine layer, Parkfield. You're not going to get a marine layer at all. It's 90 degrees tomorrow. Bradley just going to get that sea breeze, but you should get it to 89 still, but closer to the coast, we're talking 60s and 70s. 7-day forecast showing for the next 7 days, coastal temperatures heading back upward. Might again see a little bit of drizzle in the mornings. Best chance will be Friday morning. Better chance of sunshine this weekend, but still some clouds, and that's going to be the case into next week. Our flow goes more northwesterly Monday to Tuesday, which is going to mean warmer temperatures in Santa Cruz and cooler temperatures in Monterey, I expect, early next week out of those northwesterly winds, and probably some disruption of the marine layer clouds as well. We won't be quite as extensive on the cloud cover, but it will be there still. Inland areas, warmest tomorrow and then cooling down below normal for the weekend. You'll have some wind. I have partly cloudy on Sunday because at least one model is showing some convection over the hills, which could potentially lead to some showers someplace, but probably won't. Either way, we'll keep an eye out for you. And then it will be a little bit warmer, I think, as we head into early next week. Veronica.
Sounds good. Thank you, Dan.